Everybody I have cared for has either died or left me.
You have no idea what loss is.
Welcome, my friends, to another breakdown from Bag End, your destination for breakdowns, previews, reviews, and more. Today we're going to go through the new trailer for HBO's The Last of Us, frame by frame, provide some context while trying to keep it light on spoilers. If you weren't already excited for this show, this one should definitely get the juices flowing to all the right places.
Do I make you Randy? Yeah.
The teaser opens in winter with Joel and Ellie crossing a bridge. This instantly lets us know that things will be changed a bit from the game. Though the setting is the same, the timing is a bit different. In the game, while it does span a full year and all 4 seasons, during the winter in the game, Joel is recovering from an injury, and mostly you're playing as Ellie and hunting for the two of them while he recovers. It's during this time that Ellie meets the character known as David, who at first appears as a nice enough guy, but later was revealed to be the leader of a group of cannibals. So, kind of a dick. He's going to be played by Con O'Neill, and I think this is great casting. Every role this guy's been in, I've definitely either loved him or hated him as a character. The actor is fine, Chernobyl's fine. I'm telling the Kremlin all is good. Chernobyl will be livable within a year.
You have any idea what kind of trouble you're in?
Horrible impersonation, but you get the point. Actually, speaking of Chernobyl, what's interesting here is that the same showrunners who did that show will be doing The Last of Us, so them casting Con O'Neill, no surprise. Guy's a great actor. I'm sure he's going to play a great role here. Now, some quick backstory. If you didn't play the game, which you should because they're spectacular, the world is in a post-apocalyptic state because of a fungus that mutated and found a way to pass itself into humans, turning them into crazy fungus zombies looking to bite others and pass on the infection. When traveling through the game and coming across the infected, you could actually even hear them crying, as when they passed into this state of infection, they were in a tremendous amount of pain. Over time, they eventually become what the game calls clickers, which is when the fungus has completely taken over the body, and the clickers were horrifying. They were blind killing machines that you had to be extremely quiet around because they hunted using sounds. So civilization collapsed and the world is bleak, save for the one-off hope that came in Ellie, who was somehow immune to the infection. A group called the Fireflies, who will definitely play a main part in this story, hired Joel to take Ellie across the country to them so they could study her. At first, Joel, the gruff older man who's been through lots of trauma and as a result booze, doesn't feel a bond with Ellie, but over the course of the game, the two develop a father-daughter-like bond that was good enough writing and storytelling to turn into an HBO show. And here we are, so nice job, Naughty Dog. At one point in the teaser, we see Joel carrying Sarah, his daughter, and this takes place in the prologue of the game on the first night of the outbreak when society begins to collapse. It's a gut-wrenching way to start the game, as this is much-needed character background into who Joel becomes as a result of a tragic event. Ellie says,
Everybody I have cared for has either died or left me.
You have no idea what loss is.
Joel responding in that way is no surprise, as he's been through a lot, and at this point he hasn't reached that father-daughter relationship with Ellie. He is from Boston, so it's very possible that when he says that, he's referring to this.
By 3 as Boone hits it to deep left. That might send the Yankees to the World Series. Boone, a hero in Game 7.
The story is very much about Ellie learning to trust again, and Joel learning to open up, while also filling the hole that was left in him from losing his daughter. He's very much a depressed man, surviving one day at a time, and Ellie gives him something to live for and care about. I think fans should definitely be excited to see how this plays out between the Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, and Lyanna Mormont. Bella Ramsey. Gotta lay off that long bottom leaf. At one point in the trailer, we see Ellie running and firing her gun backwards. This is most likely when the duo reach Pittsburgh in their journey across the country to get Ellie to the Fireflies. During this portion of the game, they're ambushed and attacked. Now, not every enemy is a fungus, infected zombie, or clicker. Lots of the enemies along the way will actually be humans. Keep in mind, society has fallen, so naturally lawlessness has taken root. So this scene is most likely around that timing, and they're trying to fight off a bunch of bandits who ambush them. There's further evidence that it might be Pittsburgh because of this shot, which shows the two of them looking in the rearview mirror of the car, similar to how their journey to Pittsburgh took place in the game. On that note, it looks like they will stay true to the game in a lot of ways on the show. In this shot here, we can see some fungus on the wall, but if you look closely, you can see a person there. When humans were infected long enough, eventually the cordyceps fungus completely takes over and the host dies. Fungus would spread out from there into the floors and walls where they died and would emit spores that could infect anyone in the area. There was lots of areas in the game where you had to wear a gas mask as Joel in order to not be infected. We also see a scene of Joel giving Ellie a gun. This is a pretty big moment in the game. It's the first sign of Joel placing trust in this girl and starting to realize he cares for her safety more than just getting her across the country and completing his mission. Lastly, we see the character Bill, played by the awesome Nick Offerman. He looks exactly like the character, and I'm expecting him to shine in this role. After the outbreak, Bill made a compound for himself in the town of Lincoln, Massachusetts, and placed booby traps all over the place for his protection.
Booby traps?
Oh, yes.
He has a past relationship with Joel and helps the two journey through the city. He viewed Ellie as a burden on Joel that would eventually get him killed, as he lost his partner, so still deals with that mental anguish. This definitely feels like perfect casting for Bill, and I'm thrilled to see Ron Swanson in here. Hope everyone else is. All in all, this was a great little teaser that has been a long time coming. It really looks like the showrunners are sticking true to the source material in the game here, even something as small as Joel's shirt selection. And I hope they do, because it was truly masterful storytelling. I know I've been excited about this show since they first announced it, and if you guys are too, then stay tuned to the channel as I'll be sure to break down future trailers that drop in the meantime. The series is rumored to premiere sometime near the end of next year, 2023. Very excited to see where they take it, and would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Until next time, Baggins out.